Saw, a poem by O.G. Rose. Choir to apophatic springs, indifference, in silence. See, at the end of labor. Timate, self-forget, or together, but up, down, saw, as poetic law, life, ever opening, hinges, on failing to say, in decible. Ode to past spring. Home is where the heart beats, straight and marries metal into a hot saw, with a hammer of day in and day out, through intercourse, preferably at lunch, where your will forever stands on the surface of what you saw, split in two, but never faced. Efforts of what is apart to go deeper, between a native mechanic southerner and Constanza, more southern, yet lesser. Ode to past summer. You must believe there is something like intimacy, in not saying anything, after years, of rising before the sun is yellow, and seeing her in white, eating oats with brown sugar, near the motionless ladybug collecting window, and you sipping black caffeine and acting like the other is part of the scenery, as if you quickly stepped into the bathroom after a long discussion that suggested love, and returned where nothing else needed to be said, because it would be labor, the labor. Home is where time has quickened to night, and now there is no need to break the holy silence. A firefly blinking, they, as in those you need to exist somewhere out there, to give the words a weight like humidity. Say the closest friendships are those in which it feels like days are just minutes, in which it feels like you just smiled, but you have only ever worried. Outside grilling, that smiling would strike as a sign of distrust, apart but not split, seasoning and aging for devouring. Ode to past fall, that do what is apart, through that tiredness resting, in intercourse, like great oaks, shedding the weight of colorful clothes, in constructing a home with dry walls, of apple pancakes and drives on the hills, would take out before Friday night with an immigrant, under the lights, a game of push together piling on. Perhaps better than holding hands like stuck hyphens, but not all lacings fire-like, hurt, closed. Life and like are near, and dance and flow just a little unsaid. Home is where the heart is, kept in a safe beside the social security cards, where parting words never cut off. Inside, hope, and never see the light of the neighbor's colorful, leaf-disturbed yard, where no one can snatch the heart up and run through October to the hospital to finance the cost of living. Hard words, rooted deep, unmendable with surgery, and unwaterable with medicine. Pull up or only cut, and pull on. But then a new tongue, beginning word, yes. From to one is like a piling, one to one, but divinely not. Ode to past winter. By the frost-closed window at the hickory table, you think that you must feel awake, alone, because otherwise you would leave, if it felt like you could offer nothing special, something lovely and invisible on the surface of hot chocolate and wrapping paper. You think that jails are also prisons, not just the cells. What whimpering revelation is grasping? That what is wanted is willed, but what is willed can be unwanted. That will and want can dance, but usually fight, an old Romeo and Juliet of foreigners. Home, if chosen, is where the self you keep dies, not colored over or seasoned down, where, when set by set, the parentheses wear free away, like crying rocks under time glory for remembering. The truth is set free. You are a terrible person, always trying to let others have what they want, according to you, an obvious reason. Loved ones like you look forward to spending free time out. Unsawable, indivisible, and timate, all together here, see. Ode to midsummer. Home is where you cannot blame anyone for wanting to avoid the evidence of another coming fall, the effacement of brackets, Sudden silence when you approach through the twilight yard. The air conditioner activating when you arrive, forbid unconsciousness that when you speak, you should quickly clarify what you meant, and can't, but especially don't, when you really should, nada. Those moments when heart beat them down into gibberish and dust, that composition of misgenesis, like angels fighting for unspeakable good.